episode of DIY Geeky Goodies, where I make all things geeky and creative and show you how to do them. Today's episode was inspired by an 8-bit flower pot that I seen on Think Geek, but I really wanted to customize my flowers, and I decided that I wanted to make some 8-bit wall flowers. So these are gonna hang on my wall. So what you guys are gonna need today is a ruler, a cutting board and X-Acto knife, foam glue, a variety in colors of markers, white foam board and black foam paper. Mine is about 1/4 inch thick. The first thing you want to do is create a grid. I'm marking on this paper 1/4 inch. Then, once I mark each side, I connect the lines together to create the grid. The more spacing you have between your lines, the bigger your project will be. I pulled up an image of an 8-bit flower for reference on my computer and was looking at it and drawing square by square. In order to prevent any confusion and minimize mistakes, I would recommend marking the boxes somehow with the color. At first I started marking boxes that were black with a B. I decided it would be a lot easier if I just went in with the marker itself and made a dot for what color it's going to be. This is a little less forgiving, as if you make a mistake, you cannot erase it. After you've completely drawn out your flowers and marked what color is going to go where, you can now start the fun part, which is coloring. Don't worry about filling the edges in completely, because we're going to go over this in the next step. When you're coloring, I would recommend to start with the lighter colors, then work to the darker colors. As I moved on to the next color, I realized that the black was activating again and making the colors a little muddy, so you should color the black last. If you don't have markers, another alternative is acrylic paint, but be very sparing with the water. Once all of your squares are colored in, we're going to go over the lines again with a thinner black marker. This step can be optional, but I really wanted pixels to stand out. Now that all your lines are clear, it's now ready to be cut. This takes a lot of patience and can start to hurt your fingers after a while, so take breaks in between. Now that all your images are cut out, determine how you want to place them. Once you've decided the placement, grab your black foam paper and outline the top flower. Once it's all outlined, grab your X-Acto knife and start to cut again. Foam paper is a lot easier to cut than foam board, so I found this easier. Once you've completed that step, add glue to the back of your flower and place it on top of the black foam paper. Make sure to press it down firmly. I flipped it over and put a book on top of it to add some extra pressure. Now go back to your original arrangement and start to outline the whole thing. Again, cut your foam paper. We're going to create a solid backing for the final piece. Now that everything's cut, all that's left to do is to glue on your flowers. Press it down firmly and let it dry completely. Once your glue is all dry, you now have your very own customized 8-bit wall flowers. Now you don't have to have these on your wall. You can set them on your desk if you like, put it in a pot or something. I bet you guys could figure out how to do that. But I'm going to put a little clip back here so I can hang it on my wall and have some 8-bit wall flowers. I'm super happy with the outcome of this. It was time consuming and it was a little bit more difficult than I anticipated, but I know you guys can do it. I'm going to recommend you guys to start off with one flower just to get a feel of how long it's going to take. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would like to suggest something for next week's episode, leave it in the comment section below and I'll try to get to it. I am super happy with this. This is my favorite geeky goodie thus far, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a GG.